Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I'm bringing you guys a brand new video today, and today we're gonna dive into my team for Pokemon Legends Arceus, the upcoming game for the Nintendo Switch, coming out in about 11 days from the time of this video going up, and I am so excited and over the moon to play Legends Arceus, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of theorize and talk a little bit about the team that I plan to run through the Hisui region to ultimately catch all these Pokemon, and then maybe even catch Arceus when all is said and done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like button down below, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys plan to rock with in Hisui in the comment section below. Now, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna use the Dex coverage that we had a few days ago on the channel. I'll have a link to that video in the description below if you wanna see. I believe this Dex leak is probably like 90–95% accurate, and it's based on the Riddler. So we're gonna talk about a handful of different things in this video that actually haven't even officially been shown yet, but I'm gonna make some assumptions that I'm gonna like them, and perhaps once the leaks actually come, things may change. But I feel pretty good about this list, and I thought about it for a good amount of time, so I'm excited to dive in. So without further ado, let's talk about my team for the Hisui region and Pokemon Legends Arceus. Okay, so the first thing we gotta talk about is our starter selection, and we know that this game has 3 starters: Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott, and all 3 of those starters are pretty special to me. Oh, I should mention that at this point in time, I may shiny hunt for every single one of these Pokemon, so we're gonna talk about my shiny team for this video. Again, kind of subject to change just because some of these Pokemon we haven't seen yet, but let's assume we're shiny hunting all these Pokemon because I like to shiny hunt. We got these 3 starters here, and they're all special to me in different ways. First of all, Rowlet was special to me because I had a shiny Rowlet, and I did a ghost playthrough of Ultra Sun and Moon when it came out with a shiny Rowlet. Cyndaquil special to me because it was the first starter I ever picked in Generation 2 when I was a wee little aDrive. And then third, Oshawott. If you've seen my playthroughs, you already know about Brosidon, King of the Broshin. My man Poseidon was a beast, and we've used Samurott very effectively on playthroughs. And the rumors and riddles and leaks have indicated that they were going to get a fighting and grass typing of Decidueye, a fire and ghost of Typhlosion, and a dark and fighting of Samurott. And with that being said, I gotta make the decision of Typhlosion. The chances are that Fire and Ghost Typhlosion look dope as heck, and even the Riddler himself has come out to say that Typhlosion was his favorite of the 3 starters, if I'm not mistaken. So the potential there is immense. I gotta see a Fire and Ghost Typhlosion. I think it could be amazing. And when I think about shiny forms, Fire and Ghost, the other Fire and Ghost is Chandelure, which has one of the absolute best shinies. That orange looks phenomenal. There's a potential for blue flames. There's a potential for purple flames. There's a lot of opportunities here. So even though I don't know what Typhlosion looks like just yet, I got a good feeling about this thing, and I feel like a shiny could be absolutely insane. I just hope that they don't like ruin Typhlosion with the way that they kind of ruined it with 3D models, where its static model doesn't have the flames and he just looks kind of awkward. Hopefully he'll look pretty awesome, and he'll be able to use some like fiery souls or something like that. My fingers are crossed, of course, for Hisui and Typhlosion. Switching gears, you already know your boy's gotta get a Cleaver. Cleaver is the newest bug type revealed for Pokemon Legends Arceus, and it is one of the noble boss battles that you're gonna be taking on at the early part of the game. Hopefully we'll be able to catch that one, maybe even shiny hunt it, although that would be pretty challenging. But nonetheless, you can get a Scyther and evolve it. We just don't know exactly how it's gonna evolve, maybe with a Hard Stone or maybe with a specific move like Stealth Rock, although that'd be kind of weird. We'll have to find out what Cleaver ultimately looks like, but it looks pretty dope. And the value is here, the potential of him having a signature move, which I think we've already seen him having that kind of his axe, like Stone Axe, as a signature move with 100% accuracy as a physical rock move, could actually be kind of busted. Because if you think about the other rock moves like Rock Slide and Stone Edge, and a lot of these rock type moves don't have 100% accuracy, which lend them to be a little bit weaker when it comes to the offensive rock type, which is so good. But you gotta know I gotta rep my favorite bug types, of course, and I don't think I'm gonna be doing a bug only playthrough this time around, but who knows. At this point in time though, I gotta add Cleaver to the team. When it comes to its shiny form, I'm actually really curious what it's gonna look like. Scizor goes through a drastic change of going from this red to this green color. With Cleaver, I don't know. Maybe it has a subtle change like Scyther, or maybe it has a very drastic change like Scizor does. But ultimately, I feel like I gotta have Cleaver on my team regardless of, even if it's a bad tier shiny. Like, I gotta have Cleaver, so you already write that one down. Shifting gears, we're gonna go to Hisuian Electrode. I gotta be real, man. When I saw Voltorb, it was not what I expected. I really like the old style of Pokeballs that have been showcased in this game. They're really, really dope. And let's be real, the potential for Electrode to be really, really awesome is pretty darn high. The fan-made versions of them have been incredible. And Voltorb is one of the coolest shinies. It changes from that red to that beautiful blue color, which is one of my favorite shiny color palettes. I've said this many times. So if the Electrode does the same thing, I am all over that. Not to mention, Grass and Electric is a phenomenal typing, and my team right now, with a Fire and Ghost and a Rock and Bug typing, struggle a little bit against Water types, and that Grass and Electric solves that problem so well. Not only being able to hit those Water types, but being able to hit those Water and Ground types, and those Ground types super effectively with Grass type moves. So overall, just a really good Pokemon, and chances are this thing's really fast, just like its original form Electrode is. So if it's got some really good speed, got some pretty cool moves, maybe some signature moves, I feel like Hisui and Electrode has got to make it to the team. And again, just based on how goofy and awesome looking Voltorb is, I feel like Electrode's gonna fit just in. So right in perfectly. So I gotta get me a Hisui and Electrode, no doubt about it. Now we gotta go to another Pokemon that I am so excited to see for the first time, and that is Hisui and Qwilfish, and whatever Hisui and Qwilfish's evolution is called or looks like. Because I've always thought that Qwilfish was a very awesome Pokemon. Like, I always loved its design, but it was always kind of a bad mon in terms of its stats and distribution. It's really not that good. But being a poison and dark typing is absurdly strong, right? Only having that weakness to ground typing, but overall just being a menace in terms of being able to take on dark types, being able to take on ghost types, being able to take on psychic types, right? A lot of value there from a dark and poison type Pokemon, which we've seen that typing before, right? With Drapion and Skuntank. Having that in a Pokemon like Qwilfish could be amazing, especially if it has good natural bulk or is offensive. Either one could be really dope, but we know that this thing is gonna have crazy long spikes, and I'm all for it, man. I just wanna see what this menace looks like. Again, the fan art has been incredible, and when you talk about the shiny variants, when we look at the original Qwilfish shiny variant going to be this like really, really bright pink and purple, that could be a nice contrast on a poison type, right? So there's a lot of potential here, right? I really feel like Hisuian Qwilfish and its potential evolution could look dope. So I gotta give that man a shout, because again, I've always thought Qwilfish was dope. I can't imagine they ruined this thing's design. I'm a believer. I think this thing is gonna be awesome. On to a Pokemon we've actually seen. I gotta give it up to Hisuian Braviary. I love the American bird, of course, but he's got a new form this time. He's Psychic and Flying type, and this team desperately needs a Flying type, because I gotta be able to dodge those ground type moves, right? Qwilfish, Typhlosion, both weak to ground types. We have two neutralities, but still gotta make sure we can deal with those ground type Pokemon. So we're gonna rock with Braviary, and I feel like Flying and Psychic are both really, really good offensive types, like super powerful offensive types. They can deal a ton of damage, and if Braviary, the Hisuian version, is anything like the regular version of Braviary, it'll be pretty naturally bulky. It'll be offensive, potentially on the Psychic side of things, which could be really good. Hurricane, Air Slash, Psychic, Psyshock, like those things could be really, really powerful. Or even the physical side. It could be like Brave Bird and Zen Headbutt. So there's a lot of potential here for this thing, Psycho Cut, etc. And obviously you don't have to have him on your party to hop on him and fly around the region, but I just feel like it adds another level, and this thing looks dope as heck. I'm not even gonna lie. Some of my favorite shots from the trailer is flying around on Hisui and Braviary, so we gotta get this thing on our team, no doubt about it. I feel like this thing is dope, and again, another great Pokemon that has a drastic color shift in shiny, and looks amazing when it's shiny. So Hisui and Braviary makes the team. And last but not least is a bit of a stretch, because we just don't know anything about this Pokemon, but I'm gonna throw it out there, Hisuian Goodra line, which we know is supposed to be Dragon and Steel type. Now, Goodra's a Pokemon, Slime Shady, as we like to call him, is a Pokemon that is near and dear to my heart. I won a championship with him many years ago in Draft League Pokemon, and he's known for his incredible special defense. And I'll tell you what, I loved Duraludon in Sword and Shield. That Steel and Dragon typing is so good because you have very few weaknesses, right? I mean, I know my team has a bit of a ground weakness right now, but other than that, they're going to be dealing so much damage. Steel and Dragon is just too powerful to pass up on. And obviously, I mean, you don't have many weaknesses, right? Like, fighting is a thing, but we can kind of deal with that. I have a Ghost type. I have a Braviary, right? The ground is the biggest issue. But I think with the offensive options we have, we can deal with ground pretty well. So I got to go Hisuian Goodra. And like I said, I have a feeling this thing is going to swap its special defense for its physical defense. And it's going to be absurdly physically bulky, and maybe have some good offensive options as well. Maybe some good support type options. Draco Meteor is always a dope move. And again, it's just such a good typing on a Pokemon that's gonna have insane base stats. Like, you can't go wrong with this, right? So I think Hisuian Goodra could actually be one of the coolest Pokemon that we see. But again, we just gotta wait and see when those leaks officially drop what these Pokemon ultimately look like. So I know there's still a lot of question marks, right? I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4 of the members of my team I haven't even seen yet, but I'm hoping I got my fingers crossed that they're gonna end up being dope, and I hope you guys are excited for them. And I want a shiny hunt, man. I think we're gonna do a lot of shiny hunting in Arceus. I'm very excited for the prospect of that, and the prospect of the shinies trying to run away, man. I feel like that adds a whole nother level of shiny hunting for us hunters. So I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to see what these look like. Perhaps once the leak actually drops, things change. If you guys want to see an update video when that happens, let me know. Hit that like button down below, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. If you want to see the full Dex leak, you can check that out in the description below. And let me know which 6 Pokemon you're planning to bring. It might be a little early, but we're legit 11 days away. So, I mean, we gotta start planning this stuff. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.